Hi, and welcome back to Wicked Ones Tarot. My name is Carmen, and today we have a reading about somebody. It kind of feels to me like somebody wanting to cause another person to like trip and fall or, kind of like ruin an opportunity. It feels like I want to like take revenge on someone for walking away. So we've got the Ten of Swords and the Three of Spheres or Pentacles from the Black Tarot. And it's feeling to me like we have one person, good morning, Dina, that was doing really well, the bigger person here. And then we have another person, the little tiny guy back there, that I feel is like jealous that another person can do so well on their own. We may see like the Empress in the reverse, for example, because it feels like we've got an individual that had gotten really comfortable using someone else's energy, spending someone else's money, basically just like a little bit of codependency, right? So let's call in spirit with a little bit of wind chime time, and then we'll get more information. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Happy Saturday if you're catching this the day that I post it. We are going to, do the normal, which is to check in with the situations deck. See what else we have going on. There is a card in here that I kind of am picturing right now. Has Drama Queen and Causing Chaos on it. So we have realization and ascension. This feels like the basis for somebody's jealousy or why somebody is trying to cause somebody a little bit of grief here, right? Like, I know that you're winning the race. I know that you could do just fine on your own. I know that you don't really need me. So we have somebody that's a little bit too concerned with their partner or a friend or a family member, and instead of investing time in their own situation or their own progress, it feels like they want to trip somebody up. We have the Children card and Drastic. This gives me very immature vibes. Now, you could have children with this person, or maybe you're just a really great parent and somebody's jealous at how you can juggle everything and make it look easy. But I think for the majority of you, this is saying we have an immature person here who kind of throws fits, right? So, this would be the kind of person that would overreact if you tell them something they don't want to hear, or if they don't win, if someone else does. You know what I mean? Just like petty. We have racing and access granted. I feel like this access granted is coming out kind of sideways because almost like there's been a tug of war, right? Like maybe you block each other and then you start talking again. It's like inconsistent in terms of whether or not somebody has access here. But we also have racing, running, and avoiding. So it feels like somebody's trying to taper this situation off because they know that this is not a healthy situation. It feels like trying to extricate yourself from a relationship or a situation because you know that somebody could really overreact or, lose their shit. So you're trying to minimize the damage, right? But we also have drastic, harsh cutoff. So it feels to me like somebody was trying to like keep things peaceful, try to avoid the drama, and then when the timing was right, okay, now I have to like lock everything down, shut everything down, block this person out, and like run away, you know? All right, let's get back to the tarot. We'll use the Metamuse to get started. What's up, Campbell? Oh, are you hungry? How's it going, Miss Joanna? How are you doing? Two of Pentacles, Two of Cups, the Moon in the reverse. This feels to me like somebody has been harboring a secret admiration, a secret love. They've been trying to do things the right way, right? Like, I don't want to, good morning, Karen. I don't want to like ruin somebody's day. I don't want to be a cheater. I don't want to get into a long, drawn out argument. I have to be a little bit cautious in terms of how I speak, but I know that this situation that I find myself in is no longer what I want. But I do feel like a fear of retaliation. Like if I tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, like somebody would lose their cool. Somebody would hit me or try to find a way to ruin my life, you know? Ten of Pentacles in the reverse, Ten of Wands. Another double, right? We had two twos, now we have two tens. Well, technically three, because we had the Ten of Swords come out as the very first card. So this person who has been harboring a bit of a secret, who I believe is also going through an ascension, has realized that it's time to make a change. They don't want to continue on the same path with somebody. It's like, I have figured out this person that I've been with is not my person. I have to, you know, remove myself from the situation because I've been doing all of the work. This feels to me like a relationship where somebody expected another person to make all the money, do all the cleaning, do all the cooking. You know what I mean? Like, no, you spoil me. I'm just like, a trophy, that kind of thing. And I also feel like there's been a lot of little things that had to be taken care of. Maybe legal paperwork as far as where you're living, maybe changing a job, maybe finding a new school if you do have children, but kind of trying to do this quietly. It's like tiptoeing around a giant. Yeah, I definitely feel like we had somebody who was also trying to gain access to somebody's financial accounts. I don't often see that, but this feels to me like I don't trust the person that I'm with to believe the lies that I am telling, which is such a weird sentence, right? Like, I don't think my manipulation is working anymore, is kind of what it comes across as. So I need to see what else I can take. Like, what else can I make mine before this person decides to end it, to walk away? The Nine of Wands is coming across to me as insight that I only have, like my days are numbered, right? Like this relationship is going to end, or this benefit that I get from this person is not going to last forever. So the first card from the situations deck was realization, which is all about seeing things for what they truly are instead of believing in any illusion, right? And it feels to me like we may have had somebody in this situation who was trying to make it seem like their finances were in a better situation than they actually were. But it looks like we had some piece of information come to light that informed the other person in this relationship that maybe they had a lot of debt they were hiding. Maybe they were unemployed when they told you they were employed. There's something here about like trying to get the other person in the relationship to feel stuck or like they had to take care of you, because this person was like difficult. I'm getting this like from the Five of Wands. Like, this is somebody who doesn't have a lot of friends, at least not over a long period of time, because it feels to me like they consistently burn bridges. They try to use people, or they try to like cause drama in anybody's life, really. I don't really like this energy. Who is this? Queen of Swords in the reverse. Hidden motives, wearing a mask, being deceitful, playing games, gaslighting people. Like, whatever this person could do to get what they wanted, they were comfortable with that. Yeah, I don't like this person. They argue a lot. It's like, have you ever been in one of those conversations where somebody is so set on not talking about their own shortcomings or what they did to make the situation worse or how they mistreated you, that they just pull like something totally out of nowhere to like kind of distract, almost to like, let's make sure we fight longer because I'm going to throw something at you that makes no sense. And then we can argue about that. And I'm distracting you from the original thing that you wanted me to talk about that I did that was lame. Like, that's what I feel here. There's something about I'm going to make it seem impossible for you to ever actually get out of this relationship. Because we have the 10 of Pentacles clarified by the 9 of Pentacles. Like, I'm going to make sure you feel like no matter what, things are just difficult. I really feel like this person was trying to make money problems for you. Six of Pentacles. And the High Priestess. And the Hierophant. Oh, really? Oh, really? This is, for me, really like tying into the Ascension card. So when you ascend, when you start to see things for the way they truly are, including yourself, and you start to deal with the shadow work or the traumas that needed to be, processed, you become much more aware, perceptive, um, intuitive, or, psychic. And I feel like as this individual, it feels like a masculine, but it doesn't have to be a masculine. As this individual became more aware and more willing to look at their own issues, it also became clear that somebody was trying to cause them issues. With the Six of Pentacles, what I really get from this is that we have somebody that realized they were doing whatever they could to balance out the situation, to make the situation seem better, or to even justify where they found themselves. But they realized that they were being taken advantage of. I feel like they realized they were kind of a bank or a stabilizing energy for somebody that is super chaotic and unreliable. The High Priestess and the Hierophant, it's really making me feel like we have somebody that has gone within, begun trusting their intuition more. And do you see that like side eye? Maybe I should get closer for you guys. She's like, yeah, no, I'm not saying anything, but I see what you're doing. I am nobody's fool. I know what you're doing, but I am putting together an escape plan. I'm not letting anybody know. This Hierophant card always, well, I shouldn't say always, but quite often has like followers or, fans, whatever you want to call them at the bottom. Do you see right here and right here? You can hardly see them. It's like they're camouflaged. So I feel like there are people, but not many, maybe only two. It could be parents, for example. There are two people that this High Priestess energy trusts. And I feel like they are working with those two people to make a plan. All right. Actually, we're going to go with the Voyage of the Soul. If you guys have heard a couple of my readings, you maybe have already heard me say when I see that Ascension card, I kind of want to know, what in particular are we working on here? What have we gained? Split. Enlightenment. Under split, we have head versus heart, two worlds, transition, and ego death. So we have a main character here who is ascending because they have let go of that ego. Hello there, Nancy. How are you doing? And if you resonate with that, hugest of high fives to you. I commend you because that is a critical part of getting through, difficult times and learning how to appreciate life in a new way. I feel like this person has seen the shallow energy in the person that they were dating and realized that they wanted somebody more genuine, somebody that they could trust, somebody more reliable, right? Hello there, Andrew. How are you doing? Hamster Dad? That is such a cool name. And of course makes me think of Hambone, which is my cat, if you don't know that. So I love the name. Hello there. Is it Shishma? Sushma? Welcome, welcome. Yeah, we've got somebody who sees things for the way they truly are and is letting go of a lot of that, like, waste of time kind of energy, right? I feel like this is somebody who is appreciating that you don't need to care what other people think about you. Maybe there's two people whose opinions matter to you, like there's a sense of waking up and realizing that most people are always stuck in a dream. They're not really attached, right? Like, definitely could compare it to the idea of the red pill or the blue pill in the Matrix, right? Like, do you want to actually be aware of what's going on? Or do you just want to wear blinders and not ask yourself the difficult questions? This person said, no, I'm ready for the next level. I'm ready for something more meaningful. I am enlightened. Let's get one more for you guys. But as often happens with people who are going through ascension, there's often a disconnect with the people around you. So there's generally a sense that friends, family, or love interests become less appealing, become less supportive. There's friction, there's difficulty in conversations, and that's because you can't take everyone with you. When you decide that you are ready to ascend, when you hear that call, we might see the Judgment card, by the way, to be a better version of yourself, part of that whole situation is letting some people fall out of your life because they will only hold you back. If you don't want to have more substantive conversations about why we're here or what your purpose is or how you can, connect to others in a genuine way, then I don't really have time to talk to you. You know what I mean? Like, There are people that I genuinely care for, that I really wish, the best for. But at the end of the day, they were too preoccupied with like the shallow realities of life and not really willing to like dig in, right? Not really willing to change their life for the better. Settling is, for me, one of the biggest clues that somebody has not ascended. You're not willing to fight for a more authentic, meaningful life. So I'm pretty sure, you know, you would think that I'm crazy. That's fine with me. I don't actually care. But I probably can't, connect to you the same way. We have whispers. Hello there, Redbeard. Welcome. Under whispers, we have depth, inward, meditation, higher self, and existence. Exactly. So I feel like this word whispers is really getting to the idea that somebody is discovering this, right? Like you overhear some great mystery, you know, and it inspires you to start putting the pieces of the puzzle together. So somebody is like, chapter 2 of ascension, right? Like not super far down the path, but definitely pursuing that like next level. All righty. Let's go with the energy oracle. Thank you, Karen. Hello there, Miss Christina. How are you doing? That is not shocking. Ooh, but that one kind of is. Here's what I get, you guys. We have... Do you see how we have number 25 and number 51? Have you ever heard that expression, my better half? Yeah, we know which one of these two is the better half, right? We have, I think, a pair that could be, kind of going their separate ways, of course. But we have one person who is enlightened. You can tell because there is a halo behind his head. And, he's also number 51, which is the last card in this set of cards, and implies that somebody has figured out how to balance the energies within. Because remember, it's a lot of duality, right? We all have feminine and masculine within us. We all have that lightness, that darkness. Finding a balance and finding what you can do to help others is a big part of this Healer of the Ages card. So I feel like we have somebody that has not just accepted that there is a deeper meaning to life than how much money you can make or how many kids you have or how big your house is, but also like what kind of impact do you leave? Do you help people become better versions of themselves? Do you inspire others? Do you help people get through difficult times in their life? This person wants to. If they haven't already started, they want to. They're motivated to be a positive influence. But unfortunately, the old ball and chain here is a liar. So this Healer of the Ages is having to dismiss themselves gracefully from a situation where, somebody they're with is wearing a mask or just outright is a liar. This is somebody who operates out of fear, not love. And the healer is the opposite of that, right? They say opposites attract, right? Hello, Pauline. How are you doing? Good morning. Hello, Louis. I hope I'm saying that right. I think we got all of you guys. I hope you're all doing well. All right, let's get back to the tarot. We're going to go with the Egyptian tarot. So now we have the moon in the upright. And that to me says, yeah, there was somebody operating out of not the nicest place, right? Like wishing ill upon others. And that intention has been discovered, right? There is an awareness that somebody is cruel, self absorbed, not supportive. So we have the Page of Pentacles or the Knave of Pentacles and Justice in the reverse. This is like saying, I see the face underneath your mask and recognize it as one of deceit. I am not here to be part of your illusion or to prop up your bullshit. So I'm going to find a new beginning. I'm going to create a new life for myself because I know if I hook up my trailer to your car, I am signing up for all of your karma. Don't stay in unhealthy relationships, you guys. If you know you're with somebody who's like this, who tries to hide their true intent or isn't willing to become a better person, they will impact your karma. In fact, plenty of these people who are trying to hold on to a relationship where one person has better intentions than they do, it's because they are attracted to your energy, because they are hoping, you know, to ride your coattails. I feel like there's a growing awareness here that the person who has ascended is cutting off their own blessings or delaying those blessings by being attached to this deceitful person. Two of Pentacles in the reverse. Lots of Pentacles in the reverse in this column. We have the 10 of Pentacles and the 9 of Pentacles in the reverse. Now we have 7 of Pentacles in the reverse. Funny because these two added up together equal this card. I feel like we have been able to see this person for who they truly are because you, what's that word? Deconstructed their motivations. It's like, have you ever had one of those text conversations? I can't help it. I'm thinking of Charlotte Dobray's YouTube channel because she always does such a delightful job of analyzing people who just like don't get how dumb they look or like how selfish they look. Have you ever been in one of those conversations where somebody says something and they don't fully realize what they're actually admitting? You know, like the underbelly. You know, like I feel like there was a beginning of understanding that somebody was deceitful or somebody was working against you. And then when you had a conversation, they were just like not bright enough. Sorry, I don't know how else to say it. To realize that something they said completely betrayed their true intentions. Like, I'm not here to try to encourage people to lie better, but some of you really suck at it. um, Something was said, and this deceitful person thought it was totally an appropriate response or didn't imagine whatsoever that there were any issues or that they were betraying their true intentions. But it was like, hey, guess what? I'm an asshole, you know? And that was enough for somebody to make this decision. I have to be done with this. I need to move forward. This is not the kind of person that I want to share my life with. This is not the kind of person that I want to be in my life, you know? Like, yeah, exactly right, Beard. They don't get it. If the healer has gone fishing, Andrew, I hope he takes me with him because I want to go fishing. I have a lonely fishing rod out there. Now we have the 9 of Pentacles in the upright. Oh, I love this for you. I love it. Somebody's like, you know what? Why am I staying in this situation when I know that I have options? Which isn't like a look at how amazing I am, everybody loves me. But it's like, no, like my life isn't decided already. I can still make changes. I can edit this person out of my life, have some time to myself, and then find somebody that's more my pace, right? Yeah, I would agree with Miss Joanna there. It doesn't have to be an ex, but I do feel like for the majority of you, it is an ex. For others of you, to be honest, this is kind of coming across as like a parent. Um, but yeah, I do think for the majority of you, this is a relationship. The reason it kind of comes across for some of you as a family connection is we have this children card. And then we also have the Hierophant. And one thing about the Hierophant card is this can speak of the morals, the principles, the standards with which you were raised, your conventional beliefs, your religion, you know what I mean? So there could be some change here to somebody's spirituality as a result of seeing somebody in their true colors. Oh my. Whoever this person is, they are not known for their maturity. Like, I really do feel this is somebody who doesn't think before they respond to situations that make them unhappy. Like, it's just meh. We have Page of Cups, Page of Swords. We have 3 of the pages now. And if you notice, in this deck, all of the pages are students taking notes, learning, right? I think sometimes, all right, actually, this is a great opportunity to share with you one of my mom's favorite sayings. It's if you can't be an example, at least be a warning. If you can't guide others on how to live a more meaningful life, at least be a bright yellow, obnoxious warning that I don't want to live my life like you, you know? Um, and I do feel like somebody has learned how not to be because they have seen it. I don't know why this is coming through, but it's like they have seen situations where this deceitful energy was acting a fool, being a whole ass clown, right? And I feel like you had to apologize for them. For some of you, it could be as simple as, we went out to eat and the person that I was there with was rude and entitled to the staff. Like, just saying, if you want me to lose respect for you in an instant, mistreat people who have to work with the general public. And I will never look at you the same because number one, those people don't create the policies. Number two, they put up with shit all day, every day. Don't make their lives any harder than they have to be, right? Like, yes, I'm totally that kind of person that will stack my dishes at the end of the table so that the server doesn't have to spend those extra 30 seconds cleaning shit up. Like, make their lives easier, people. They have to deal with so much shit. And this is like coming across as babysitting someone you shouldn't have to babysit. Like, like they walk out in a huff and you have to like look at the shop owner and be like, sorry, you didn't deserve that, Grow up. It doesn't cost anything to be polite to people. And look, I'm not saying I've always gotten like perfect service, right? You have to know how to walk that line of being respectful but firm. Like if I have expectations and they weren't met, we'll have a conversation. But I don't have to be a dick to you about it because I also happen to know I worked in retail, if you can't tell. I also happen to know that sometimes people can like, change their policies or make exceptions. Do you think they're going to do that for somebody who's a total dickbag? Probably not. Probably not. Like, I bent the rules for people who were understanding and had an actual case for, like, this shouldn't have happened, Like, what's the saying? You get more sugar. No, what is the saying, you guys? You get more with sugar than vinegar or something like that. I'm totally messing it up, so somebody save me. Yeah, no, it teaches you a lot when you work in retail or like any kind of hospitality, um, how people truly are, right? Um, if not, feel free to also watch Charlotte Dobre. She's a pro on that. We have the Knight of Wands. I was actually watching one of her videos yesterday. I'm trying to remember if there's any like distinctive way for you guys to be able to know what video I'm talking about. But it was about a wedding party renting 70 rooms in a hotel. And the girl who wrote in about it, I think it was a chick, was from Minnesota. So I was like, oh, Minnesotan. And then Charlotte like tried to do a Minnesota accent and it was pretty much glorious. So if you catch an opportunity to watch that video, I think the key word would be like 70 hotel rooms. This wedding party just like destroyed the hotel. Destroyed. And like, you know, antics. Anyways, we have the Knight of Wands and the Six of Pentacles. Again, it's called the Six of Rings in this deck. So we have the Six of Pentacles right here. Honestly, this looks like mirroring. Like, if you're not going to treat me well, then why should I treat you well? I don't always buy into that because, like, how do I say this? I would much rather, when I part ways with somebody, that there be an opportunity for them months or years later to realize they were a giant fool for letting somebody like me walk away. And I think I think a big part of that is like, don't drop your standards. Don't be an asshole because somebody else is being an asshole to you, right? Like, that's fine. You can be as rude as you like. I still have respect for you as a person. So I will treat you with dignity, but I wanted you to know why I'm walking away. I wanted you to know what went wrong because if you have the opportunity to fix that and have a better life as a result, that would make me happy. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like this person's like walking that line. Like, I've been so good to you for how long, and you're treating me this way. Like, it feels like somebody attacked this person, like, to try to keep them in this relationship. And this person, I feel like, was just like kind of tiptoeing up to that line of like, if it's good enough for you to treat me this way, be careful with that. Because the other thing I would say is, if you don't give someone a reason to keep coming after you, it's probably a good thing, right? Could you, Andrew? Are you in Tennessee? Redbeard, don't you lie. Christina, you love it when I make fun of your accent. I know it. I know you do. You love it. Slightly strong country accent. Slightly. I've had phone conversations with you, Christina. Don't you be lying to the people. We have the Ace of Cups. This is looking to me like somebody appreciating the concept of self-love. Make all the jokes you want, but I'm talking about somebody who thinks about how they've treated other people, which is good, and then applies those principles to themselves, right? I think a lot of people that are drawn to my channel have been in a situation where they treat people better than they get treated. And you get to a certain point where you realize maybe these bitches need to be taught how to treat me. maybe, maybe what I need to do is like, love on myself and be really good to myself and defend those boundaries that I have so that everyone else knows this is the standard. If you cannot reach this standard, then you cannot ride this ride. So we have somebody here who is realizing it's time to be as good to yourself as you've been to other people. The Star. Healing. Being able to, exactly, Joanna. Being able to heal. I really like seeing this card right here because we are talking about somebody who is taking some time for themselves, saying good things about yourself. I don't think our society does a very good job of praising people that know how to talk to themselves in a loving manner, right? Most of us are our own worst critic, right? Do yourself a favor and set some goals, progressive goals that encourage you to be nicer to yourself. I don't care if it's just looking at yourself in the mirror and being like, damn, you look good. What's up? I don't care if it's, you know what? Actually, I am pretty good at this skill when people ask, like we can find a way to be polite and respectful without being obnoxiously into ourselves, right? Find that balance of I'm confident, I love myself, but I'm also able to recognize other people for their awesomeness, right? Like it's not all about me. I appreciate that I can learn something from other people. Find that balance. I think a lot of people are too much on one side or the other. I think we clearly know this deceitful person is like, I'm just the best, and everyone should just give me a bunch of money and stuff. Here you go, Christina. I'm making fun of someone else's accent. Is that better? And then there's also the idea of like talking down on yourself too much, like, oh, I could never make that work. Oh, that person would never be interested in me. I just don't see myself ever, fixing that. Why not? Why not? Because somebody else told you you can't? Because somebody else told you that you're not good enough? Fuck them. I don't know you, but I bet I know you better. In terms of your abilities, right? Like try talking yourself up to yourself. Oh, also, you guys, I'm really sorry. I totally forgot to do the drawing yesterday for the free personal reading. I'm going to do it today. Sorry. You didn't miss it. I didn't accidentally delete it. I just kind of got busy. Three of Swords, which was probably heartbreaking for many of you. Three of Swords is definitely heartbreak. It's like one person was able to, leading up to a breakup or an ending, deal with some of that healing process, like that letting go, accepting that something isn't going to work out the way that you had originally planned. And then another person who was kind of in La La Land didn't expect things to end is going through that heartache now. But it wasn't a good match. And I think somebody, the deceitful person, needs to admit to themselves that they were with somebody that was out of their league. They were with somebody that was a shooting star, that actually wanted to go somewhere, that actually wanted to change. And they themselves were stagnant. And the word coming to mind is oppressive, entitled. Oh, well, then he doesn't deserve you, honey. But we know that. We have the moon in the upright again. So I do feel like we have a lot of truth coming to light, a lot of deceit being exposed. But this is also clarifying our High Priestess. And what do we have in the bottom corner here? A crescent moon. So it's like somebody started their ascension and they knew part of the truth. Part of the moon is there, right? But now they see the whole enchilada. They see the whole mess. You ever tell somebody that things are done and they just completely fall apart? I feel like for some of you, that's what happened here. And you saw just how low they would go because they were afraid they were going to lose somebody that was taking care of them. Yeah, the sun in the reverse. This is like seeing somebody as almost your opposite. Like when I am in a difficult situation, I use that as a challenge to myself to become a stronger person, a more self-reliant person, a more honest person, a more authentic person. But for others, when they are presented with a difficult situation, they resort to the darker side of themselves, right? Like, how can I blame other people for my situation? How can I get attention for my situation? Weird example, but one thing that comes to mind, Christina, help me remember what it's called. I think it's Munchausen, when people are trying to get like preferential treatment or attention by making their own child sick. That kind of thing, right? Like we all respond to difficult situations differently. And I feel like the person that aligns with the deceit card here unraveled and it was not attractive. It was like, man, like if this is how you handle this situation, how would you handle something that's like actually difficult, you know? Either you become stronger and you deal with the problem, or you fall into a million different pieces. And we all have to work on ourselves to get to the point where we don't fall into a million different pieces, right? All right, let's get some Kipper. Oh man, we're already almost up to 50 minutes. I better shut up pretty soon. Yes, exactly. It can't rain all the time unless, you know, you live in Seattle or something. I think I've told some of you that I kind of still am obsessed with the show Alone, where you get dropped off in a not very nice environment and you have to like find your own food and stuff. And a lot of the time they're based out of Vancouver area and just like pummeled with rain. So yeah, sometimes it rains. All right, we have Thief and Journey in the reverse. Pretty obvious to me that what we're saying is this deceitful person who expected other people to take care of them and maybe actually did steal things, by the way, because this is an entitled person. This is somebody who refuses to embark on that journey of self-discovery and development. This is like, no, I'm fine just the way I am. No, you're not. No, you're not. Like a holiday? Oh, is that because you love volleyballs? I used to play volleyball. I I should still play volleyball. I just don't have, you know, people to play with. Um, I was a setter, really, really liked it. Um, since I have a little bit of Irish in me, could I technically be an Irish setter? An island to yourself, huh? Yeah, that does kind of sound dreamy. Yes, yes. Perhaps comment of the day to Miss Joanna here. I feel like some people will steal your damn spirit out of you. Yes, they will, or they'll try, but you can't. It's already very finely bottled. Thank you. We have the coffin in the reverse. So be careful. This deceitful person could actually try to steal something from you. This person is also unwilling to admit that this is actually over. For some of you, this person is very dependent upon others in terms of shelter. So this would be like the kind of person that, you know, hops from relationship to relationship and probably very quickly moves in or lives with their partner. I don't know why I feel like saying this, but I also feel like this is somebody who really sucks at cleaning, you know, like they eat fruit snacks and then they leave the wrapper like 1 foot away from the garbage can, and you're like, it's, it's right there. What are you doing? You know? Yeah. And now we have house and mature man. You'll notice he's got a globe here, which makes me happy because I have one too. I don't know if you guys can even see it. That's the bottom of it right there. This guy's thinking about moving, flat out. So I do feel like for many of you, this is a masculine energy that is leaving an unhealthy relationship. But let's also just keep in mind that when you're in a situation like this, no matter how you identify, you're probably in your masculine energy because you're dealing with somebody that takes from you, right? I mentioned at the beginning we might see the Empress in the reverse because this feels to me like we have a giver and a taker in a relationship, right? Somebody who generally wants to be compassionate and sharing, probably pays for a lot of things. And then we also have somebody who is deceitful, somebody who's manipulative, somebody who's like constantly like, woe is me, I can't help myself, other people have to take care of me. And then not very mature, you know? All right, let's get the rest of the scoop here from the Everyday Tarot. We have the Three of Cups in the reverse, indicating a desire to maybe have a little bit of time alone or move away from a community. This is really interesting, you guys, because the Five of Cups, if you notice, there are 3 cups spilled, and the Three of Cups is in the reverse, right? So the Five of Cups is really telling us, hey, there have been some difficult things that have happened, Three of Cups in the reverse or Three of Cups tipped over, but you are not looking at the fact that there are still 2 cups remaining. There are still other opportunities. So this Five of Cups is saying, don't spend so much time looking at what went wrong or what you have lost or what you have to walk away from that you forget you have new opportunities. You have to, you know, get over the past so that you can plan for the future. So this feels like a call to action to stay focused on what's important. We have the moon kind of coming out in the sideways position, which feels to me like you may not realize that there is somebody on your level that you are meant to encounter. But it kind of depends on your ability to move beyond the disappointment of this particular situation, right? How quickly, and, you know, with respect to also healing, how quickly can you turn your life around and open your heart to something new happening, right? Because the idea is we don't want to lose trajectory or progress in our ascension, in our enlightenment, because somebody who is unwilling to be enlightened as well holds us back. Don't give them that power, okay? You're meant to do amazing things. You're a healer. Don't give more energy to this than it deserves. Four of Pentacles in the reverse. Let it go. I will not sing from that one kids movie, but you know, let it go. Are you kidding? Please let it go. Walk away, walk fast, rapidly. Like maybe even run away, because we have amazing love around the corner for you. It begins with you showing yourself how much you love yourself, treating yourself the way that you would like other people to treat you. And then 10 of Cups comes in. You have this like glow up, and people become very attracted to you, or people feel like they can actually act on their attraction to you because they know you're single. And you have this beautiful love connection that happens. Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. There is a need to be discerning. So I don't know how many of you have noticed there are sometimes repeating patterns. And if you have, for example, had if you've had multiple relationships with a narcissist, if you've had multiple relationships with somebody who is a master manipulator, if you've had a lot of relationships with people who take, but never give back, you will likely have a little bit of a test after walking away from this relationship to get into one exactly the same. You don't want that. You don't need that. You've already learned those lessons. Don't fall for it. So this Ace of Pentacles in the reverse is you better toss aside anything that looks, smells, or even moves similar to this ex of yours, because it's a twat. This Nine of Cups is you know what you want. You know how to be a filter for the people that come into your life. We have the Hanged Man in the reverse, which kind of tells me like this is a very important time in your life where you are aware, you are enlightened, you know how to see through the bullshit. So don't you dare get caught up in something similar to this, right? I'll give you an example. If you know that you have a propensity to get caught up in relationships where somebody is, using you for money, and you go out on a great date with somebody and it turns out, they're giving off those same vibes. I don't want to say like they don't have a job, that could change, but like you pick up on the fact that they're pretty similar. Cut it off right there. The first whiff of you are the same as what I've already gone through. No, thank you. It's just not going to work. Now, extra fun challenge. Tell people the real reason why you don't want to date them. It's not easy, you guys. It really isn't easy. But you gotta be honest wherever possible, because sometimes that shit rolls right back onto you. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're not honest that this feels like a codependent relationship, and I've worked really hard to avoid codependent relationships, number one, it might not be very like comfortable for you. You might get a bad response, but you are giving that person some valuable data. Hey, you're not a very attractive like prospect in love, because it looks to me like you just want to spend my money. Maybe you should work on that, because if I notice it, there's probably other people that have noticed it too, right? Yeah, Temperance in the reverse. Not a good mix. So I don't know, do with that what you will. Not everyone wants to do that, and that's fine too, because sometimes people overreact. Four of Pentacles. You might want to just keep it to yourself. But I do think that a lot of you are going to find the opportunity to step into a relationship just like this. And you're too smart for that. So don't do it. Yep, exactly. All right, so Judgment in the reverse. Make sure that you are looking for somebody that listens to their intuition, right? That hears their own calling, right? Because a lot of people out here, they're focused on the wrong things, and it's all because they don't listen to the messages they're getting, right? They're not interested in becoming a better person. Yeah. And we wish them healing, right? But it's not going to happen in my sphere, right? All right, let's get some additional information on the Whispers card, please. There's going to be something. There's going to be something unexpected and undesirable that happens to your ex or this person that is deceitful. They're going to try to use this to keep you stuck. And I feel like your advice is keep to yourself, have a little bit of a hermit period if you need. Maybe you've already been through the hermit time. Don't go running back to somebody who asks you for help that you know is manipulative, is basically the message here. Tell me about the Six of Pentacles, please. Lovers in the reverse. You'll be much more adept now at picking out good partners because you'll be able to see they have demonstrated an equality or a desire for equal give and take. You guys, I can't believe how many people were like shocked that if I wanted to go out on a date with them, I wanted to pay for my own stuff. Because apparently everyone on dating apps is trying to get free meals. And I'm not saying everyone has to do what I do, but like there will be clues for you as you, kind of put your toe in the proverbial pool of dating. This person gets me. This person's on the same level. They want to give to me as much as they take from me, right? Page of Wands in the reverse. Four of Wands in the reverse. You may not want to look in the rear view mirror. Maybe you do. I'm not really a fan of it, but some of you are removing the sunlight from somebody's life by walking away. And I don't want to make it seem like super harsh, but like you were their ticket. You were what made things easy. And you might see them like full on crash and burn if you check the rear view mirror. So, don't look for something if you don't want to see it, is kind of what I'm saying. Tell me about the Page of Swords, please. Damn. This person is going to be trying to get information on where you go, what you do, who you're with. So be cautious with your social media. Be cautious with what you tell people. Be cautious with who's still in your life that is friends with them as well, whatever it is. I did call the Empress in the reverse. Here we have her. But she came out with the Hierophant in the reverse, which really makes me uncomfortable. They want revenge. They want to take from you. They want to block you. So For some of you, you may want to, invest in some sage, um, look into, like, they have some of those really fun candles that are like, bitch be gone kind of stuff. Like, I don't have time for your bad wishes. Okay. Like, I'm too busy living my life and being fabulous and doing things that I want. So, like, you might have to have a little bit of protection because this person feels like they need to punish you, which is a waste of time. If you resonate with this deceitful person, number one, you're going to be far less impactful than you assume. And number two, you're just going to make your karma worse. But if you want to be selfish and greedy, it's your choice. Tell me about the coffin in the reverse, please. This person who is deceitful has no desire to change their ways. And as a result, they will continue to lose people and things. This is like somebody who wins the lottery and then 2 years later is broke again. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, even if they get their hands on money, boop, 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 it gets lost somehow or squandered, like, they are not meant to live in blessings because they do not bring anyone else any blessings. You get what you put out, right? For the Hanged Man in the reverse, we have the Seven of Cups. So for those of you who are single, for those of you who are probably going to return to the dating life, be cautious. There are going to be not good choices for you. You have to really use your discernment. Who is this 10 of Cups, please? All right, so you may meet somebody online that has gone through the exact same thing. You are likely going to fall in love with somebody or really feel strong connection to somebody who dealt with a manipulative or codependent energy in their relationship. It's going to be a way for you to bond, but it's also going to be a way for you to build trust with somebody because they've gone through what you've gone through, right? Just make sure that this isn't somebody who is still stuck in the past. The Five of Cups makes me a little bit nervous. So some of you may have to be patient or let it be a slow burn, right? Let them get over their stuff before you get too close to them. We have the King of Swords in the reverse and the Hermit in the reverse and the Emperor. So I do feel like patience is a virtue, and this applies to you as well. You and the person you are meant to be with both need to have enough time to heal and process what you've been through to get back to that, get back to zero. Like, if you're calibrating a scale, right, and it gets off, you have to work to make sure that it's back where it needs to be. Once you are feeling in this Emperor energy, where you can stand up for yourself, that you can say what needs to be said, then you are ready. But, we don't have to rush anything, right? All right, you guys, I'm way over an hour, so I feel like it's time to let you get back to your Saturday. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will be sure to announce the winner of the personal reading here shortly. Have a wonderful weekend. Love you guys. Bye.